Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining me for a quick update. I decided really spontaneously last moment to show you what's happening in the sky. I know we're entering tonight. Today it's actually tonight, April 1st. Tomorrow we most of us entering to special dinners we spend with our family. Some of us celebrate Passover. In other words, we celebrate Easter. So it's going to be a very special time, and we entering right now energetically to as well very special time because we're getting right now to south atmosphere, and it's the spring and energies, different energies coming. So I just want to give you a heads up for the next, let's say, 5 to 10 days, what's happening in the sky. It's kind of double edge. I thought to share with you just to give you a heads up, because when we all have awareness, when we know what's happening, we can be better prepared and to know if we feel a little bit, different type of energies going around. Now, there's a couple of things happening right now, right? So we have Rahu in Taurus. We're Taurus, right? We have Rahu in Taurus, and we have together with Mars, we have a Ketu in Scorpio, right? It's still there. And we have a Jupiter in Capricorn, 29 degree. So Jupiter, the biggest news in Jupiter going to change his position on April 6th, and he's going to move to Aquarius. Thank God. We're going to have so much relief. It's going to be so beautiful. The whole humanity is going to feel much better. Now, but for now, for the next few days, let me just move this for tomorrow and even Saturday for Shabbat. I'm going to show you a couple of things. So kind of, especially the time you're going to spend with your family. So for the April 3rd, which is on Saturday, and for us, it's going to be Shabbat. Mars, it's going to be in 24 degrees he's going to be in Taurus. So when Mars in such a position in Taurus together with Rahu, he's a little bit overreactive. So if, for example, in your chart, you have Mars activated in natal chart, what it's mean? If it's in a certain position, it's been square, or it's been square with moon, or it's, for example, in some fiery sign, which is when you feel this energy, you're going to feel it more, especially if you're going to be with your family. You know how our beautiful families, they know how the triggers us, right? But the good news, the moon in Sagittarius, so moon going to feel inspired. You actually will have a desire to study, to understand deeper knowledge on a really subconscious level, and really on your own emotional level. You're going to connect to spirituality, right? And it's interesting because right now we're going to celebrate last days of Passover, which is really powerful energy. We're going to get so much divine inspiration if we're going to be open for it. Now, another thing for us to remember, Venus, she feels okay right now in Pisces, right? But she's getting really in few days. Let me put for you, let's go to the 5th of April. She's going to be more invisible. And what it's mean, the whole month of April is going to be a little bit challenging for relationship, in a sense. If you're in a relationship going through right now a kind of tough time and it's under radar, you might need to really put in work, because it's going to be all need to really to make some decisions, or really to make decision how to accept the other person emotional state, how the other person feel, and how you can provide security to the other person. To kind of, sometimes we need to give more than we right now feel, and by doing that, we're making we're making ourselves feel better, right? So if you want to improve relationship right now, you need to put this in at work. Next week, I'm going to make a video, God willing, B'ezrat Hashem, video again connect to vertex, but it's going to connect it very in depth in about relationship in tikkun, or what the incarnation we came and what we really came to work for the relationship. I'm going to explain. So what's happened right now, we're going to see, you can see the Jupiter right now, he's a little bit suffering because he doesn't like to be really, it's the last degree on Capricorn. So for Jupiter, it's like last days, he's going to feel a little bit compressed before he's going to enter to the freedom. You know how when something in jail, you feel like you really last moments you're waiting for, and you want to come out. So just for the next few days, it's a really good idea to study, to connect to the wisdom, to connect to the bigger understanding why we're here. It's really important, because we need to remember, according to Kabbalistic wisdom, we unquestionably have a power to change our own fate. But activating and using the power requires like a genuine understanding of who we are, what we want. Because when you know who you are, so much clarity, so much freedom, you start to live within, you start to breathe, and really to understand what you really want, what universe wants from us, even more than what we wanted initially, and why we are here in the world in the first place, right? So unlike conventional astrology, not to put the conventional astrology down, but really if you study, and listen to other astrologers, which is insist that everything we do is determined by heavens, by stars. But really, according to the wisdom, the Kabbalistic wisdom, planets and stars formation tell us that we are each born on the precise instant that is suited exactly specific need, why our soul choose to come to this world, and what exactly family we choose, and environment. It's exactly the perfect combination for our spiritual work. And we are creators, we are walking gods. So to tomorrow and for the next few days, don't miss this opportunity. It's really tremendous opportunity. It's going to really support you the whole upcoming months, right? Because I'm going to show you something with Mars. You see, he's getting to 25th, 26. As soon he's getting to 29, and it's going to be more on 11. This is when even world, I don't like even to predict such a things, but when Mars in 28 degree, closer to 29, remember what's happened in December 24th? We have lunar eclipse, and it was in exactly opposite degrees where we have right now Ketu in Scorpio. So it's going to be repetition of energetical force, which is need to release. So Mars going to behave unpredictable. So you as a spiritual being, do not add fire to already what exists right now, and it's going to be even more at the time in the cosmic atmosphere, right? So we have to be careful with that. Plus, the moon going to be becoming more invisible, right? Plus, we have it's going to be very interesting. The Mercury as well, it's kind of closer, getting to closer. The sun is becoming more invisible in Pisces. Look how many planets we have in Pisces, and then they slowly entering to Aries, right? But the most important, we need to look at our beautiful Jupiter. He's finally getting out of, so I don't like to say kind of jail, but it was not easy for Jupiter to be in Capricorn, right? What is the Jupiter? It's tzedek. They came from the same Shoresh, same root, tzaddik, righteous. So he's getting right now to Aquarius. He loves to be in Aquarius because Aquarius is about freedom, about humanity, about how really care and understand others. So a lot of groups gonna start to get together. If you plan to put group together, or to call your friends, or to start to volunteer more, if the location where you're at right now allowed you to go to be more free, this is amazing time. You're going to have a lot of support from above, right? Plus we have our beautiful Neptune here, which is still, even though he's in Aquarius, he's still touching Pisces. This is what amazing when you deal with directly with the sky. And you can see it's not just Pisces, it's the Pisces which just look like a bird. So he's gonna help us to create kind of, even people who write to read poems. This is going to be excellent time as well. We're going to be very poetic, actually, believe it or not. It's a good combination, because the way how we speak, the way how we use language, this is how our soul feel. Sometimes we're too simple, we simplify the language in such a level, then sometimes when people speak, you don't really feel inspired. I'm not saying to complicate things, but to use language beautifully, to approach each other more kindly, to be more sensitive with each other and more loving. Just by that, the different vibration, you're going to feel different. the way how we speak, the way how we touch things, the way how we with each other. It's so, so important constantly to think, how would I want someone else will be with me? So this is the way, another way to look at it, right? So just to summarize what one of the reasons I want to make this video, I just want to tell you, to give you a heads up, we have a good news. Jupiter, it's getting from, I would say, April 6th until September 15. He's going to be right now in this beautiful position. We're going to be really inspired. Venus is going to be right now a little bit miserable, but she's came, in Hebrew, it's she called Noga. So I really have a unique relationship with Venus. I wouldn't make her to, if a lot of astrologers make her so she's such a goddess. But we have to remember, Venus, she's surrounded by fog. Many times, she can really make us blind when we make decisions, right? Plus, in Hebrew, Venus, it's Noga. It's one of the heaviest klipot. The heavy klipa, it's uncertainty. It's safek, and when you really don't know what to do. So just remember that, just try to take all this energy from the sun and from the Jupiter and the Saturn, by the way, in going to be in excellent position. He's going to be really in the middle of Capricorn and 18 degree. He's going to have a lot of support, and he's in the fifth house. So he's going to be anyone who will be consistent in discipline and creative. Your creativity will be paid off, which is excellent. So I want to wish all of you happy holidays, and really to understand what is really liberty of the soul, what is real freedom. It's a spirituality, it's all about contradiction. It's like when you look at the stars, and each of star in the sky have his own place. It's very organized, but at the same time everything free. So we need to understand, in order for us not to experience chaos, we need to live according to rules of creation, but at the same time constantly applying the liberty of the soul. So I wish you many, many blessings. I hope this video can be beneficial for you, and I will be back next week. All